Scott says that the Justice Department
All right,
shall
I'm back, ladies and gentlemen.
release all the Epstein files, not can if it wants to or gets around to it.
Yeah, what's the punishment if they don't?
That's a great point. I mean, that's a problem.
There is none. So here's the deal. I think they should release it. I think they should follow the law. I also have no idea how long it takes to prepare this many documents for this kind of release. Counselor may have some thoughts on that, but they should follow the law, but let's not get our knickers in a twist here.
Let's not get our knickers in a twist over...
Oh, did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Did you hear that? So, as you can see, Scott Jennings is still on the defense about his dear leader being in the Epstein files.
Have no idea how long it takes to prepare this many documents for this kind of release. Counselor may have some thoughts on that, but they should follow the law, but let's not get our knickers in a twist here.
Let's not get our knickers in a twist. Lord have mercy. As you can see, Scott Jennings, he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it, but Leah does a great job cooking him. And so let's listen to her respond to Scott Jennings about his little snarky remark, not getting your knickers in a bunch.
This many documents for this kind of release. Counselor may have some thoughts on that, but they should follow the law, but let's not get our knickers in a twist here.
Let's not get our knickers in a twist over child rape. Why are you talking like that? It's insane. It's insane. The Epstein Files is a multinational, multi-generational child and woman sex trafficking ring. So your attitude right now, you're sort of like, well, shucks, devil begun, is just horrifying to me. Every woman in the world that is watching this, why are you acting like you have no idea what's happening here? Scott,
He asked me a question about following the law.
And what
I
I'm
said
saying
they should
to you
follow
is
the
your
law.
attitude. Yes, and they're not following the law. They're 30 days late on following law, and they didn't explain why they redacted the first things in the first place, which they were also supposed to do.
I know.
Listen,
you
at this point, this is not... I have a strong opinion about it because it is a disgusting policy that they are doing this. They are hiding it. It is not the behavior of innocent people.
True.
And everything that is in these files is... It could bring an entire house down.
True.
And if it has to, it has to. If it brings down Democrats, bring them down. If it brings down Republicans, bring them down. If it brings down princes, world leaders, Hollywood people, bring them down. But what it feels like right now is that there's a giant cabal of people that do not have to listen to the law, do not have to oppose the law, and they were supposed to do something, then they didn't do something, and now they're trying to have a new law that says we don't even have to do it.
And what's really wrong here is on Christmas Eve, while everybody's traveling and not paying attention, the government announced that now there were suddenly 5.2 million documents in the Epstein file that they had to go through. It would have been nice had they disclosed that while Congress was voting on the law, while it was in discussion. But now we're surprised that there are 5.2 million documents when in July of 2025, the DOJ and the FBI issued a public memo saying, we reviewed all our investigative material on Jeffrey Epstein, and we've done a thorough, exhaustive investigation, and there's nothing left to see here. They seemed to know then what they had, but all of a sudden now that it's law, they don't know what they have.
Yeah, and look, they didn't bring it up between when the law was passed. And
So what we have, ladies and gentlemen, is once again, Scott Jennings continues to get exposed. And actually, it's not just him, it's the Trump voters. They know it's wrong for Donald Trump not to have released every single one of those documents that the law has required him. and they defended, you don't want to get your knickers in a bunch. And Lauren Boebert, she's out there saying she doesn't care about it anymore because you saw what Donald Trump did to her, right? And you saw what he did to Marjorie Taylor Greene. This is where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. We're living in a country where Trump voters openly break the law, really. You see it on January 6th, you see it with the Epstein files, but then they'll turn around and get upset with Don Lemon. They'll turn around and get upset with Don Lemon. And unfortunately, we can't allow that once again. So what we'll do is this, ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire. It doesn't take long because every single thing that MAGA claims they have a problem with, guess who we know? Guess who we know has done the same thing and probably a lot worse. This guy. Join me in sending them straight to hell. This is my favorite part.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Zeus. now the last thing I wanted to do is, because we covered a lot of great information and you saw what they got me on last time. I get it. They don't like the way that I get out here and I exposed MAGA. I get it. But you know what? Someone has to do it. All right. And like I said, it's been a dirty job. It's a job I've taken great pleasure in doing. What we'll do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'll give you another warning, MAGA, for the Trump voters in my show, in my audience this morning. Maybe you didn't hear me at the top of the show, but it's a friendly reminder. You do not have to be here.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Thank you.
If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time,
Rick.
very simply, you can leave. You can
Tara.
leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Yeah. Would anyone like to see a ICE agency in the future, perhaps when a Democrat becomes the president? Would you like to see an ICE agency that would deport all Trump voters? I'm just asking right now. I just thought of that. Would it be nice? Maybe we won't call it ICE. We'll call it something else. Would you like to see a federal agency? We'll give them the budget, and we'll say anyone that has identified as a Trump supporter, just deport them and send them to Mars. All right. Well, there you go. So to anybody running for office, especially if you're somebody running to be the president, make sure you add that to your agenda. You can say it very proudly. It looks like we have a lot of support. A lot of people would say deport MAGA. Well, some people say send them to Russia. I personally think they should be sent to Mars. All right, get them on one of those SpaceX rockets. All right, and just say go. You love colonizing, right? You love toppling regimes. We got a great place for you to go take those skills and help us out on the planet Earth and send them to Mars. Zeus. No, you're not muted for the entire live Tiny Tank Top 10. I see your comment. You haven't been muted for the entire live Tiny Tank Top 10 time, all right? If they mute you, they should only do it maybe a minute or 5 minutes because, I don't want you to crash out, so to speak. But listen, if you would just become a reasonable person, they wouldn't mute you. The problem is this. You've torn your draws with everybody. You get on this app and you say a bunch of stuff that isn't true. You're a mean person. You say nasty things to people. And what we all witnessed this weekend, you brought your daughter into it. I say he can't even fight his own battle. He's not a real man. Zeus. Go Trump. Who thinks Donald? Yeah. Someone said go Trump. Somebody wrote go Trump. Why would you say that in my comment section? Why would you say that? Why would you say go Trump? That's an interesting statement. Hey, good
Hi.
morning. Yeah, you
Good
said
morning.
good morning. You said go Trump. Do you support him still?
Of course I do.
Oh, you haven't heard the news. How long have you been doing it?
What are you talking about?
How long have you been supporting Donald Trump?
Voted for him 3 times.
What was the first? So in 2016, I give you that, because I'm a nice Democrat, but I got a cold side to me too, and I'm starting out nice. All right, so you don't gotta worry about me saying anything, but I'm genuinely curious. In 2016, what was the attraction to him?
He was way better than freaking Hillary. You voted for Hillary?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
No, come on now. We're keeping it clean. I don't want you to use profanity if you can, because my mom's listening, right? But okay, I'll take that. If you voted for Donald Trump because you did not like Hillary Clinton, I'll take that. Okay, now 2020, you voted for him again. This is where I would say I'm a little more concerned about. So, and the reason I'll say this, I'll give the game away. I don't get how you could live through that first term and not see all of the red flags he had. You know what I mean?
No.
Okay, great. And I'm glad you're being honest with me. So I felt like he's the only president that got impeached twice. in their first term.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Sure.
a red flag, right? Because if you're running a business, it'd be equal to having an employee getting written up multiple times, so to speak, right? And that means there's clearly a problem because that's what happened to him the first time. But I also think we had a lot of civil unrest in the country. Where you're talking about statements like "Proud Boys stand back and stand by," the George Floyd stuff. It's just a lot of chaos. We also had C-19. Remember that?
Yep.
And he lied. Would you agree he lied to all of us about what the dangers of that was?
I think everybody was learning at a pace that no one knew what was going on, really. They were just guesses. Don't you
But
think that?
I don't
Everybody,
think that.
he was getting information from Dr. Fauci, right? So
To a certain
everything,
degree.
not to a certain degree, he was so-called the expert.
Hold on. Let me see. I love it because I don't want to give out any uh misinformation. Okay.
Dr. Fauci was the one that was giving him insight on this C-19.
What about Deborah Birx?
She wasn't who Trump went to. He went to Dr. Fauci.
Okay. Here's the
He
thing.
was the main guy.
Here's the thing, and again, you can go to this. It's called doggett.house.gov, and the thing is, it's actually what they call a timeline of Trump's coronavirus response. It was dated March of 2022, but it's been updated. So, from the way that I understand it, in May of 2018, Trump, his administration, they disbanded the White House pandemic response team. He did that to get back at Obama, all right? And from the way that I see it, you don't just do things out of spite that put American lives in danger. That's just how I see it, right? Then in July of 2019, the CDC epidemiologist that was embedded in China's disease control agency left the post and the Trump administration eliminated the role. So it's another strike. And again, none of this has to do with Dr. Fauci. Then in October of 2019, Donald Trump says currently there are insufficient funding sources, or there's insufficient funding sources designated for the federal government to use in response to a severe influenza pandemic. This is where I say the lies started. So in July of 2020, he says, we have it totally under control. It's one person coming in from China and it's going to be just fine. That was never true, right?
Well, again, he's being advised.
No.
You're thinking that Trump's just coming up with this by himself. He had a whole cabinet telling him what is going on.
Okay, so do you think, and you know Donald Trump, do you really believe Donald Trump listens to people?
Yeah.
Who's telling him the things he's doing now? That's not true. Donald Trump, he says he loves to go off teleprompter. You got to know this about him.
Of course, yeah. But
Yeah,
he's still
so-
getting advised.
Okay, so you're telling me he's getting advised by a bunch of people who are lying to him?
No, they're telling him what the information that he needs.
But he's getting advised. Are they lying to him on a regular basis, or do you think Donald Trump is not saying what they're saying? And the reason that I say this to you is because there's more. For instance, in January of that same month, he praised China's handling of it. He says China has been working very hard to contain the COVID. The United States greatly appreciates their effort and transparency. It will all work out well. In particular, on behalf of the American people, I want to thank President Xi.
Right. Yeah, I think that
These are Trump's words, right?
Sure.
I mean, and you can't prove who advised him to say these things. So for the most part, we have to accept it as these are Trump's words. For
Yeah, there's a
instance,
lot of things that were moving real fast. I mean, he's just trying to figure out, China's stance. I mean, I think there's a little bit of, do you say perfect things all the time? I mean, the guy, he was trying to give people some peace and mind. The the government's controlling things. He's not going to say everything perfect the way that you want them.
So I'll give you an example.
Hillary
So
Clinton, for example.
wait.
Biden, for example.
I
mean,
you
Obama.
Can't do that. You can't do the what about thing, all right? Because I got a song.
Why not? They all misspeak.
I got a song already for you called "What About Biden," and it goes into detail about the Afghanistan withdrawal, the economy. You know, I got all of it. I can play it for you.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah, I get it. We get the what about Biden, but I want to get back to you saying he was lied to. So, according to Donald Trump's national security advisor during C-19, they said to Donald Trump, "This will be the biggest national security threat you face in your presidency. This is going to be the roughest thing you face." That's what people in his administration were telling him. But that's not what he was telling us. And they told him that in January.
Sure.
You know what he did?
You want him to just start a mass panic?
You know what he said after? You know what Donald Trump is on record saying after that in February? He goes, "We pretty much shut it down coming in from China." So how could he have his own? Because a national security advisor, that's a pretty high and distinguished role.
Sure.
How could he hear what that man was saying to him and come and tell you and I, this thing is going to be shut down?
Yeah. I mean, I
Bob
think
Woodward. He told Bob Woodward in an interview in February, "It's also more deadly than a strenuous flu. This is deadly stuff." This is what he said in a private interview with Bob Woodward. And then he came out after that and says to us, "I think the virus is going to be fine. I think it's going to be fine." Then he says, "Looks by April, in theory, when it gets a little warmer, it miraculously goes away." He goes on to say that it's pretty much under control of the United States. The stock market is starting to look very good to me. So
Yeah.
what I'm doing is I'm helping you to see he lied to us. It's one thing to lie to your friends, but I think if you have a president that's lying to the American people about how dangerous something is, that's a red flag, right?
So he should have just scared the shit out of everybody. By the way, COVID-19, C-19 wasn't that bad, right?
Actually, it was.
It was.
Yeah, it was terrible. Did you notice the impact it had on the planet?
No, I'm just saying the reaction was over dramatic.
Well, that's debatable.
Do you agree with that?
That's debatable. That's debatable.
No, it's not.
And please, for the sake of the show, could you please not use strong language, right? I'm trying to really have this conversation. We don't want to get into the whole how could it have been managed better? I always think hindsight is 20/20. So I'm pretty sure we could have managed it different. But at the time, it was something brand new the world was dealing with. And my whole conversation with you is really about whether or not you're aware Donald Trump lied to us, the American people, throughout this whole time. Because all he wanted to do was get reelected.
No, I think that he was trying to be the one in the room that was calm and collected.
But even
do you want your leader to go in? Do you want your leader to go in there and just freak out and tell everybody they're going to pass away soon?
No,
I mean, come on.
No. But when you lie, I think you got to take accountability for it, right?
I don't think he was lying. I think he was just softening the tone of what was going on. That's what leaders do.
Okay.
Have you ever been, are you a veteran or anything like that?
No, but
most of your leaders are going to be calm and collected and not kind of not tell you, "Hey, dude, it's
so this goes to
open season."
This goes to the comment he made in March. He says, "You have to be calm. It'll go away."
Yeah.
That's not true.
Are we talking about right now?
Even now, it's still out here. It never went away.
Okay.
It's been managed.
Is everybody wearing masks?
Shooter. The whole point is we got to call balls and strikes. These are clearly lies.
I don't see them like that.
I get it. If it makes you feel good, then to you it's not a big deal. But a lie is a lie. If your wife cheats on you and she lies about it, all right, well, I didn't tell you the truth.
That's not the same. That is not the same thing.
No, it is.
No,
Just because she didn't want to hurt your feelings.
That's silly. No.
Would you accept it? Would you
Okay,
accept your
there's
partner? Hold on. No,
how
no,
many
listen.
people are in the United
No, no, no.
States?
No, shooter.
How many people are in the
Shooter,
United
shooter,
States?
shooter. I can't let you get out of this. Would you accept your partner? Would you accept your partner lying
It's funny
to
that
you?
you're going to that. It has nothing to do.
It's a
It's not
yes
even
or
close to
no.
the same thing.
It's
You're
a
trying to
yes or
connect the
no.
dots. It's not even the same thing. You have the leader of the free world.
She doesn't want
You
you to
want
freak
your
out. I'm assuming
president.
it's a she, right? But and no
You want
disrespect to her,
your
but
president to go up and say, "Hey,
this guy can't do it. You can't do it. You
no,
can't
I don't
answer
see
my-
it. We won't agree. Let's move on to something else. I don't agree
okay,
with
great.
you. On this.
Okay, we'll put a pin in this, but I need you to meditate on why you don't believe it's okay if your wife lies to you. I'm assuming you're married to a woman, right? Or you're in a relationship.
I
with a
am,
woman.
but it has
Okay,
that's not the same thing, though. This is
it
what you
is.
guys do. You
Because
guys go off
honestly-
on these wild. Well, what if this? What? That's not even. No, it's not even the same thing, dude.
Okay,
Come on.
okay, fair enough. That's too much to deal with right now because that might be a sensitive. So the next thing Trump did that I would say was a red flag was January. The next thing Trump did that I would say was a red flag was January 6th.
Yeah.
Right? You were there. You were in the country during January 6th, right?
I was. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say he played a significant role in what happened that day?
No, I saw a commander in chief saying protest peacefully.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let me go ahead and give you something to think about. Now, you tell me.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to.
Do you see the live?
Is that the edited version?
Did you hear him?
Was
Did
that
you
the
hear him?
edited?
Yeah, I didn't play the whole clip. The speech is super long. But for what I just played, let's just analyze that. Would you accept that that is Trump's voice?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
is it AI?
No. Listen to what he says.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy.
Okay.
And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you.
Did he go with them?
I don't know. I wasn't there. Did he? I don't know.
No, come on, man.
He's the president of the United States at the time. Do you think he's just gonna walk down there with a bunch of?
That's so you're saying no.
I don't think that he went down there.
Okay, thank you.
don't
Shooter.
know.
Hold on, W Shooter. I got to give you your round. Okay, you get a round of applause.
I don't. Okay, cool.
Just say it's okay to say he didn't go.
I mean, you're going all the way back to. I mean, I don't even know what was. Who cares? It's over with. He's president right now. Do you want to talk about stuff happening right now or what?
No. I just wanted to show you that again. I caught Donald Trump lying, and it
Good.
was easy. And now
They
that you
all
see,
lie. You know that. You're a grown man. You know they do. They all say stuff, wild stuff. You do know that. You're a grown man.
so it's okay to lie.
Have you never told a lie?
I'm just no. According
Have
to
you told a lie?
To be honest,
Are you
yes.
married?
To be honest, yes, I've told.
Of course
lies.
you have.
Okay, so now what? So
I'm
are
just
we-
saying,
are
like,
we- are
okay,
we
he
saying
comes
it's-
up, he says he's going to go walk down with him. And he doesn't.
Let me ask
oh,
you
well.
this:
Tough shit.
Do you think he knew that those buildings were closed? Because they were closed that day. Did you know that?
You mean the Capitol building?
Yeah. Did you know it was closed for the public that day?
I mean, most of the parts are closed.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
And
So-
it's
so
funny
let's-
how the
so-
police
so-
open the barricades.
No.
No. What?
Isn't it funny that he knew the buildings were closed, but he lied to his supporters and said he was going to go to the Capitol with them? Isn't that interesting? Now, if you could find one instance when Joe Biden did that, I'll take everything I said back. Or Obama. I'll give you two of them to pick from. Name one time Obama or Joe Biden did that to their supporters.
What are you talking about? When he lied?
No, when they lied like that to their supporters, right?
First of all, Obama and Biden, I think they're the worst presidents in American history. So, and you guys voted for Harris, and she would have been even worse. I mean, look at the border crisis that
Hey,
they.
hey,
Hey,
you-
I'm just saying.
Hey,
Let's talk about some stuff that makes sense, like current stuff.
How can listen?
There's a reason. Hey, there's a reason why he's the
I'm trying to
president
keep
right
it-
now.
I am trying to keep it together, bro. But honestly, this is the problem we're having in this country. We can't call balls balls and strikes strikes, man. I mean, for goodness sake. And
He's doing a great job with ICE.
No, and the only reason that we're here is, remember how this all started. I said I gave you voting for Trump in 2016.
I'll give you a good lie for you from them.
No. I said I give you Trump in 2016. And I go, were you here in 2020? You said yes. And I said, well, how could you go and vote for him again when you saw what he did in 2020? I laid out some things that he did in 2020, and these have been very, very difficult things for you to actually defend, right? So that's why we're at this conversation piece, because I don't understand how you went and did it a third time. And then after doing it a third time, you say you're still supporting him. And I haven't even gotten into what he's done so far in just a year in office. Today is his 1 year anniversary.
So I'll tell you one for Harris. She said she was at the time. She said she was at the border. Incorrect. She was not at the border. She's never been to the border. They fact checked her ass and got caught lying because she openly lied to the American people, saying the border was secure. As we're at the same time watching thousands of people climb through and walk through and whatever, going through our border, they thought, oh, it's secure, but you at national TV, you see them just illegal immigrants flood the United States. Okay. But at the same time, oh, it's secure.
Okay, so
yeah,
tell me
major lie right there.
Tell me something, Shooter.
That's way worse than Gen 6 or anything else you can come up with.
Shooter, now, you just got done basically beating me over the head saying everybody lies.
Sure.
Assuming what
they lied.
Hold on. I disagree with what you're saying because I understand there's nuance to it. And I also understand she was not the president. She's the vice president.
Oh.
And you can't do things as a vice president that you have the power to do as president. She can't sign any executive orders to make that situation. That's something you take up with Joe Biden, all right, at best. But I have an issue with the fact that you're so quick to demonize Kamala Harris because she lied in your opinion, but you'll
She did lie. That was a straight lie.
Listen, I'm going somewhere. When I asked you a question, if your wife lied to you, you got a little you got a little upset. And then I'm seeing you have
No, I just say
hold on. I let you and then you
ahead.
have a problem with Kamala Harris lying. So what am I thinking is going on in your world? Why is this guy having a problem with women lying, but he's okay with Donald Trump lying? How does that work?
No. I said everyone lies.
Okay, so if you believe that
everyone.
So why do you accept Donald Trump's lies and not lies from your wife?
You see him as lies. Him trying to calm the nation down.
What is a lie?
Him trying to calm the nation down is not a lie. I don't look at it as the way that you do. You thought that Trump should have went in there and said, hey, look, you guys got 10 days and everybody's going to pass away.
Okay. So,
that's how you wanted to be. You just wanted. And then if Trump did that, you would have been like, shouldn't he have a little bit more, handled that a little better? He should have just said, hey, I know you're going to pass away in 10 days, but hey, man, it's going to be all right.
Okay.
How you think Biden would have handled that better, or Harris would have handled that better? No, they would have continued to lie as well.
Okay. Lying requires that a person makes an untruthful statement to another person with the intention that the other person believed that untruthful statement to be true. So now that we have a common definition of what the word lie is, that means you can't say, I don't consider it to be a lie, and I can't say it either. We have to stick to what the definition of a lie is.
Yeah.
And if you say something to me that is untrue, and with the intention of making me believe that it is true, then you would be considered lying. That's just the rules to the game, bro.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, I've illustrated when Donald Trump lied because I'll play the clip again when he said he's
I've
going
heard
to the
the clip.
Capitol. Okay, so he lied.
Okay.
Right? We accept
Okay.
it. Whether you like it or I like it.
I don't care.
Okay, so my question is, do you have evidence that Kamala Harris lied
Like right now?
about what you were saying she lied about? Do you first of all have the evidence to prove that she lied?
I mean, it's a simple Google search. At that time, has she been in the past?
I'll give it to you. Let's just say she did lie. So now you have.
She did.
Okay,
Yeah.
follow me. Now you have Donald Trump lied, right? And you have Kamala Harris lied.
Okay.
Why do you accept his lies?
Because I think that he's a better choice.
Okay. Now, do you understand why that makes no sense?
No, I think that he's a better option. If someone was lying to me, I want him to be one lying.
Okay, so please hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, what Shooter has just illustrated is why we have a problem in the United States of America with marriage.
We don't have no problem. They have the problem.
Can I finish saying what I'm saying?
Sure.
He wants to live in a world where he can accept lies, but we can't.
You're looking at it as a lie.
And I'm trying to help this guy understand that world will never exist. Because the position here is none of us should be accepting people lying to us, bro. It's never acceptable to do it. But you say it's only acceptable to be lied to if Donald Trump does it. Do you see the problem here, Shooter?
Okay, so I could say
no. Did you?
In a different world, Harris wins.
Shooter.
I could say the same thing to you.
Shooter. Let's just clear this piece up right now. Do you understand the issue that I'm having here? Because
sure. Yeah, I understand your position.
Okay, so
I also think it could go both ways.
Okay, but that's your opinion, and again,
that's not an opinion. That is fact. You think that she said everything that was truthful? Come on, dude. You're a grown. You know that's not true.
Shooter. The point is, it's not even about Kamala Harris. It's not about Donald Trump anymore. It's
okay.
It's really about the way that you think.
Okay. Okay. So would you be this critical? Be honest, as a man, would you be this critical if she did get the presidency?
Yeah.
On her, would you be that critical?
I think all of us would be, to be honest.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's how it works.
I think you're a little untruth right there.
Okay, but you don't have any evidence to prove that.
I mean, it's a simple Google search, man.
No.
How many times did Harris lie to the American people?
Again.
Look it up.
Okay, so Shooter, listen up.
Can we pull that up, host?
No, because I need to finish the last point of what I'm trying to say, the last thing. So the part here is this. You think what Donald Trump, you accept Donald Trump's lies. I get it. But the rest of us, we have a standard where we go, if you're lying, we don't care what side of the aisle you're on. It's unacceptable, especially coming from a person who's the leader of the free world. The president of the United States should not be allowed to gaslight the American people and lie to us without having any kind of consequences for that. So that's the first issue, because that gets us to you voting for him the third time.
Sure.
Now, the third time you voted for him, why did you do it when you knew all of these things about him, right? You know he's a liar now. You know he's dangerous, right? I
also know Harris is a liar.
Okay. So let me get this straight, because I think you're saying it without saying it. Would it be fair for me to say that you have a problem with women in power?
Of course not.
Would it be fair for me to say that
I had women over me as sergeants and lieutenants? I have no problem at all.
Would it be fair to say that you have a problem with people of color?
Of course not. No, I've worked with many people.
Okay. So if Kamala Harris checks off both of those boxes, woman of color, and why didn't you do it? Why didn't you vote for it?
She just did a shitty job as a vice president.
I asked you not to use strong language.
Let me say crappy. She did a crappy job as vice president.
say
That's
is
cute,
this.
though. You have that. That's
Yeah,
funny.
what I'll say is this: you're lying. That right there would be considered a lie, because I just illustrated several things Donald Trump did as president,
Oh,
and
so
you
you know
excused
me.
it, and you
You
excused it.
know me and my personality in a
Yeah,
little
you have
talk.
no evidence. Prove to us that she did a crappy job.
For Trump is president, and that should tell you that she did a shitty or a crappy job.
So what we have is nothing.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he's back in the White House.
Yeah. So here's the thing, and again, it's an interesting conversation that I had with you. The reason Donald Trump is in the White House, and I've been very upfront about this, I genuinely believe people like you, and I don't know you, definitely we have
That's
issues
right.
around. There's issues around misogyny and racism that you probably haven't unpacked. I do believe.
That's funny.
Hold on, and I do understand that you believe you have the right to try to overthrow the government, so you have the spirit of sedition.
Me personally?
Yeah, because of
Nope.
what happened on January 6th. So you
Right
have
on.
the spirit of sedition in you, and then the last part is this.
That's hilarious.
And this is gonna hurt. This is gonna sting when I say it. This is
I-
gonna sting. This is
I
gonna sting.
could care
But
less
I
what you
gotta,
have to
but
say,
I got to
dude.
say this because I have
No.
no reason. I have no reason to lie
Just
to you.
fuck off.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. The last.
I mean,
thing
you're
I'll
just
say,
gonna
this
say
last thing-
something and
the
drop
last-
me because your little fan club down there. Drop him.
Hold on, no.
He's a racist. That's bullshit.
Now that's
You don't
gonna
know
get you-
me at all.
Okay.
Your little fan club don't know me at all.
Hey,
You don't know what
all
I've
right.
done. You don't know me at all. So that's what you go to when I say that Harris is a liar too, and you freak out.
You done crying? You're done crying?
Your little Harris girl didn't make the cut, and you got upset about it. That's cute, man.
You okay?
I'm fine. You guys are the one crying still.
Where did Kamala hurt you? She lied?
She's lying. And you love her. You voted
But you
for
voted
skin
for-
color. If anything, you're the
You voted
racist.
for a P3DO.
If anything, you're the
You
racist.
voted for Jeffrey Epstein's best
Well,
friend.
anything, you're the racist.
You.
You guys protect on the ground.
There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So as you can see, that's how you defeat a MAGA demon, W. Zeus. All I got to him, and I gotta send you straight to hell, Shooter. I gotta send you straight to hell because I was going down a path. I said, you're definitely a misogynist. You're definitely racist. I got to the spirit of sedition, but you didn't let me get to the P3DO stuff. Yeah, Shooter. I may have voted for a liar, but you voted for a grapist, an adjudicated rapist that has been found liable of essaying women. Hung out with Epstein, said he's a terrific guy. I found there were rubbers that even said he had rubbers. He had paraphernalia with Jeffrey. He rode on Jeffrey Epstein airplane. Did you know he lied to the American people about how many times he flew on Epstein's airplane? But you couldn't bring yourself to vote for Kamala Harris because she's a black woman. I get it. And she's more qualified than you in every aspect of your life. And it hurts your feelings, right, bro? But so you'll turn around and go and vote for a convicted felon. One that you know has done nasty and sick, disgusting things with children, including his own daughter. Oh, please tell me.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that. I can't
That's who
relate
you
that.
voted for. That's who you voted for, Shooter. And so, ladies and gentlemen, listen up. We got to go ahead and do it. Join me in warming up the lake of fire. You couldn't handle the truth. And you lied. And when you lie, you fry. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending them straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon!
Yeah. You see how these folks get up here and just literally lie through their teeth. All right, lie through their teeth. All right, and you can't, and all you had to do is just let them talk, dig themselves into a ditch. Good morning, Shay. How are
Good morning.
you? How are you doing this morning?
Woo! I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing okay. Doing okay.
Good. You guys are sharing this out, right? Y'all are sharing it out, reposting it, hitting copy link. Like, we got to get the word out that this is his other account. So, and get the numbers up, guys. So, y'all do the thing, tap the screen, hit the heart, do all the things. Y'all know. Y'all are the best. You're the best. You're the best.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. So,
Welcome.
yeah, there's so much that I don't get that they don't get. I'm just curious. After we took the oil and sold it and put $500 billion in an offshore account in Qatar, okay, have y'all noticed that they're not booming the boats anymore?
I did. I haven't heard anything now that you say
I would
that.
love to ask Shooter that. So we did that, right?
Yeah.
So now we've got AI pictures that Trump is posting at 2 a.m. of the American flags over Canada and over Greenland. These are things he's posting.
Wow.
And so I'm like, okay, so we're now imperialists.
Yeah, this is what you voted for.
Shooter, I thought you voted for him because you're America first and you don't want to be involved in other foreign wars and you don't want to be the chief in charge. You don't want to take care of the world anymore.
Yeah.
I was so upset about helping Israel and Ukraine. All the money going to Ukraine. But you're okay with the imperialism that's come out of the Trump administration. It's very clear what they're trying to do is dominate this side of the hemisphere.
Facts.
It's in Project 2025, everyone.
Yeah.
And so Greenland is now what Smittler's Sudetenland was.
Wow.
So when the war started, it was because he was being appeased by the UK Prime Minister by the name of Neville Chamberlain. He was a guy right before Winston Churchill, right?
Right.
And he was very weak with Hitler because they're still recovering from the Great War, from the World War I, right? All of them are still recovering from that. So the last thing they wanted was to pick a fight, and so they kept appeasing Hitler, and so they allowed him because he used the terminology. Sudetenland are Germans in the Czechoslovakia at the time, or Czech Republic at the time.
Right.
So that's the language he used, and he also used the language of this is for our security, right?
Yeah.
So if you give us Sudetenland, we will be done. But if you don't give us Sudetenland, war is on your hands, right? A lot of threatening language.
Yeah. Wow.
So Neville Chamberlain gave into his Sudetenland, also gave into his acquisition of Austria at the time.
Wow. So he's literally doing the exact same things the mustache man was doing.
Yeah, 100%. He uses all the same
language. They get
language.
mad when you say that, though. Why do they get mad when we call them?
Because they don't know about it. They don't know about this stuff. And that's the thing. They're going to sit here and say, oh, she's just making it up. She's just, being hyperbolic. She's just whatever. Yeah. But we've been trying to warn you guys about that. You played that thing about the guy going into all this and the white supremacist guy, right?
Yeah.
Who did he vote for? Do we know?
No, I don't know. The Sneeko. But I know they hang out.
Curious to see.
Right, they hang out in far right spaces.
Right. I mean, my guess obviously would not be for a black woman. I'm just saying.
No.
Right?
No.
Right?
Never. Never.
So there's a lot of this that we're seeing here. And the other question I had for you guys, we already have military in Greenland. We've had that. They've granted us that stuff for a long time ago.
Right.
So if there was this idea or threat by Russia invading Greenland.
Yeah.
Riddle me this, Batman. Why did he invite Vladimir Putin to become part of the Board of Peace of Gaza?
I heard him say that.
He did. He offered. It's only $1 billion. For $1 billion, you can be part of the Board of Peace of Gaza. And guess who's the president of this board?
Who?
Donald J. Trump. He's appointed himself head of the board of the Peace for Gaza. He has invited Viktor Orban and Vladimir Putin to be part of the peace board. So if this guy is so about peace, why are we worried about him invading Greenland? Do
Can we
you
get
see?
an answer? Any Trump voters?
Can we
wanna
get
answer
any
that
Trump
question?
supporters to help us understand
don't
why
matter.
you buy anything that comes out of this man's mouth?
Shooter,
Any of it?
answer us, please answer us, Shooter, because you're the bravest of the brave today. They don't got any answers. Wow, W. Shay, go ahead and Shay, cook 'em.
Yeah.
Hey, Tiny Tank Top, don't argue in the comment section. Answer these questions with your so-called brilliant self.
He doesn't have a freaking clue. This is the problem with Trump and a lot of Trump supporters. Not all of them, but a lot. They don't understand anything. They fall for it all. That's why he writes pages on his Truth Social, just trying to convince you that this is what's going on, and you buy it. You buy into it.
It's sad.
Because you don't understand history and you don't understand what's going on, but yet, well, I just voted for him. Well, you said you voted for him because you were tired of us messing with everybody else's business and you're tired of your taxpayer dollars going to help everybody else. And we need to be America first. But the minute he gets in office, none of you are sitting here going, well, wait a minute. Why are we suddenly involving ourselves in all these world problems and taking over things and, bombing people and, doing all this stuff, threatening to take over Canada, Greenland, all of this stuff to secure the Western Hemisphere? I don't think you understood what you voted for besides hatred. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But it's time to wake up and understand that this is exactly the line that they're going down.
Yep.
And he doesn't care who's involved in the club. If you notice, they're all authoritarian people that he's in a club with. All of them. All of them.
Wow.
And so I just find it really...
We're not going to have a country, really. We
No.
don't have a country. Do you think
No.
Do our allies respect us anymore, Shay?
No, this is really bad, the response from NATO. And everybody's like, well, who cares about NATO? Well, you should. Because here's the deal. There's the other thing, riddle me this one. If Russia or China invades Greenland, then what would be the response? NATO. NATO would all get involved and send military to protect Greenland.
Yeah.
Why do we want to be the only ones to protect Greenland? That makes no sense.
It really doesn't.
If there's this alternative threat, if this is really going to happen, we already have a base there. So what you could do, if this was even true, you could send out, here's the threats, here's what...
Wow. These folks really don't think we need NATO.
No, I know, because he's an idiot, but he doesn't know. Tom doesn't understand that NATO responded with 9/11. They helped us out with Afghanistan. They've always been involved in helping things. And that's the thing that they don't get. Why in the world do we want to be the only ones protecting things if that happened? Right? So if that was really a threat, then here's the other stupid one. We don't need them. Yes, we do. And here's the point. You guys talk about your taxpayer. I don't want to pay taxes, or I don't want my taxpayer dollars.
Yeah.
So if we went without NATO, do you understand how much your taxpayer dollars would go into protecting us around the world? You do realize we're in bases around the world, right?
I go like this, to your point. I think of it this way too. Do you think these same people saying we don't need NATO would ever put on a pair of boots?
No, God, no, of course not.
And actually go into some of these zones, these conflict zones that we are in, because they act like the rest of the world loves us. They act like the rest of the world loves the United States of America. There's no threats, and we need to just sit back and count up all this money you guys don't even think things through. It's a dangerous world.
Tom said he would. He said he would strap on his boots and go. Tom,
No,
Tom, Tiny Tank Talk.
He doesn't even own a pair of boots.
He doesn't. Oh my
Shane.
God.
Y'all don't know.
They wouldn't
anything.
want you, honey. They need actual
Huge
real
joke.
sized men.
W Tara, W Tara, tell us, it's a huge joke. Any Trump voters would really strap on a pair of boots and enlist, and then go into any of these conflict areas. Just identify yourselves in the comment section if you would do that. And what we'll do, we'll make sure you go and do it.
What happened to you wanting not to pay taxes, or you not wanting your taxpayer dollars to go somewhere else? What happened to that? See, like, you really don't stand for anything. That's what's crazy. You're like, it's my football team and I'm just going to stick with them, even though how many times they lose the Super Bowl, it doesn't matter.
They don't have.
That's my team.
These
That's how y'all come off. It doesn't, none of this matters to you. You don't really have a reason you vote, except for the fact that you want to own the libs.
And
you want to make the Democrats hurt.
Shay, have you been owned yet by MAGA? Has anyone owned you yet?
No, they never will.
So they're failing. W.
They're failing.
Anyone been owned by MAGA? Any libs been owned by MAGA yet? I mean, I'm just curious if their game plan has actually successfully worked, because last I checked, it's a lot of Trump voters that are suffering right now. All right, did they get their health insurance, Shay? Did they ever get their health insurance?
No, they're not going to get a dose check. They're not going to get tariff checks. They're not going to get any of that.
No.
And and even when they asked him about the tariff checks again, he goes, "What? I said that?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, he was
did.
joking.
He promised him $2,000.
They go, he was joking, because they know they'll never see the
joking.
money. Yeah, right.
No.
Give me a break. Yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to point out, if we have any conservative women in here, did you notice what's his face at the Fox News? What's his name that you played in the beginning?
Greg Gutfeld.
Yeah, Gutfeld. Did you notice what he said, that women have stopped being secretaries and teachers?
Yeah.
Did you notice that, ladies? Conservative women, did you notice what he said? Like, are you getting what your party wants you to be? They have confined you to a couple of jobs.
Baby making machines.
Baby making machines, or you can be nurses, or you can be teachers, anything else, secretaries, anything else is not what a woman does.
Yeah. And
not where a woman should be.
When you say that, I see these conservative women debating on TikTok, and I think to myself, like, do they understand that if MAGA gets what they want, that they won't be able to do that anymore? I don't think they get it.
They don't get it. They think they're protected. They think that, this isn't happening.
Yeah.
This anti-feminist discussions and things like that. Like, they don't understand. Like I shared the other day, I'm almost married 24 years.
Okay.
Feminists are not against marriage. Yeah. That's what's silly. Feminists are about women don't have to do anything. We don't have to be married. We don't have to be secretaries. We don't have to be mothers.
Amen.
We don't have to be defined.
Amen.
That's what feminism is. It's a choice.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I chose to be married. I chose to stay home with my children.
Amen.
I chose to be a
Y'all
teacher. But you're not going to tell me that's what I have to be or what I have to do.
Yeah.
And I have to have a child and I have to do this and I have to whatever. That is what feminism is. It's not anti anything.
Yeah.
But what it is about women doing what they, not being defined by their sex and what they can achieve. They can be doctors and astronauts, have 20 kids, have no kids. It's up to them what they want to do. And that's what feminism is. So when you keep talking about being, oh God, DJ, really, you really are the stupidest man on the planet.
What'd he say?
He just said, how about keeping man out of women's sports?
Oh, that. Hey, DJ, I got a confession, Shay. I got a confession. I went to the gym yesterday, and I had a girl on my team. And we won.
Hey.
Wow, so that's a W.
Of course you did.
Hey, DJ, but you know what? DJ couldn't do it. DJ couldn't do it because no girl would ever want to play on the team with DJ because he's a disgusting person. So DJ, you stick to doing. Yeah, I won the basketball game. It was me.
There are co-ed sports.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, co-ed sports.
Hey
DJ, could you write us a law and ban all co-ed sports? All right.
Yeah.
Shay, you got in trouble, Shay. Oh my gosh, Shay, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Wow. And oh my God. Oh my God,
Silence! You MAGA Dayton!
all right, so listen, you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. No. I'm gonna go down and then I'll come right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we won't play that again.